You starting your camera?
Yep. Okay. Hey, ladies and gents. Is anybody on there yet?
Yeah, people are on.
Okay, great. Let me grab my sweat
And
rag. Y'all know I don't play that.
Don't get her sweat rag and shit.
And these glasses will be on all day because I did some other stuff early and my eyes ain't hello.
Okay, so I'm gonna go to your thing so I can see what's going on.
Y'all mind y'all. Never mind. How was y'all weekend?
I love us on the real camera.
It's very vibrant. Okay, so y'all know what we finna do. We finna talk about some shit. Y'all gonna tell us what y'all think. We gonna tell y'all what we think. You know, y'all know how I go. Every Tuesday, you know how I go. Okay.
And if you have something you want to discuss, please feel free to send a comment to my inbox or Tone's inbox, and we will, if it makes sense, we will read the comment. The question or whatever you want to do, if it makes sense.
Okay.
Our first question.
So our first question is, when people embellish their relationships, is it delusional or participation in social media? Okay, so you know how with social media nowadays, everything is an illusion. It's nobody puts their bad shit on it. Like they don't post
a lot of people do post their bad stuff.
Their bad post pictures and when
people do.
Okay, so some people do, but most people do not. So is that just playing into the social norm of social media, or is this bitch crazy and you really ain't in no relationship but you fucking crazy? What do you think? Is it a delusion?
I can just speak from like personal knowledge of certain people's relationships. They do put on for the gram, or they put on for the book, or whatever the case may be. Plenty of people that I personally know either aren't with the person for real, can't stand the person, but they take selfies, family portraits, and all of that. So
some of them bitches don't even live together. So
some people have been together, but then they aren't together anymore, but social media doesn't know and they pretend they are.
They still play the role.
And then there are some people that aren't with anyone and pretend that they're with someone. So it depends on,
Okay, so in that instance, is the bitch crazy or...
your comments.
Is the bitch crazy or
I do feel like there is a certain element of crazy to that, but I feel like overall, people's main problem is concerned about what other people think. Turn the volume down. Concerned about what other people think, and
y'all want me to read y'all comments? Where
No. I'm hurry up and eat and leave, sis. Your work is done here.
Hey, Dontria.
Anyway, that's Sue getting on my damn nerves. Anyway,
she's quit and been rehired twice in the last 30 minutes.
I feel like our main problem is worrying about what other people think.
In both instances.
Yeah, and also appearances, how things appear, how things look. So yeah, it's a certain level of craziness. You gotta be like delusional to even concoct a fake life.
And yes, y'all, I know I'm missing a nail that broke on the way carrying all this shit.
It gotta be, you gotta be
delusional. So in that instance, do you think people were like that before social media, or was social media bringing the crazy out?
I think people were like that. Some people care about what people think. That's how they live their lives. They care grossly about what other people think or how other people see them or perceive them. Social media has just heightened it to the 10th power, because you can create illusions on social media. And, everybody is clicking on your page to see what's going on.
With you and your nigga.
It's from both ends of the spectrum. People are watching, waiting, looking, trying to read comments, trying to see, oh, they're not together, they are. They got into it online. Did you see this? Did you see that? Screenshotting. So it's coming from both ends. It's coming from the person that's posting, and then it's coming from the viewer as well.
And entertainment. Okay, so that's kind of like entertainment too for the public.
Thank you, Sue. Sue says she loves the pink, like she not right here, right beside.
But thank you for leaving the comment.
Thank you.
She know the rules. That's why she hide and rehide over and over.
Monica, good afternoon, Monica. My highlight is popping. Thank you, Sue. Dontria. Hey, Joy. Dontria got Joy watching.
What's up, Joy?
They at work, so thanks for the join in. April/Rain has entered the chat. I was like, y'all,
we was looking for you.
I tagged her in it so she wouldn't miss it.
Okay, awesome.
Okay,
hold on, let me make sure my camera's doing what it's supposed to do.
So we're on our first question of the night. We're going to definitely try not to ramble for 2 hours, but we have a lot of questions.
But if it goes there, it goes there.
I mean, yeah.
Y'all know how we do.
Yeah, so that's our first question, April.
But feel free to chime in still. Y'all know how it goes. Even if we move on, you can still comment on whatever we already talked about. I personally know people who do stuff like that too, and I think it's more delusion. I mean, social.
Hey, Dee from Village Green.
What's up, Dee?
Lando with Dee in the building.
That motherfucking Lando with Dee, bitch. But I think it's delusion. Like, if you make up a whole nigga, there's something wrong with you.
Yeah.
It's like, that's crazy. That's insane.
Or people that buy stuff for themselves and claim that their boyfriend or their man bought it. Like, you know you bought the gift, but you pretend for the book that Bae bought you these roses, bought you this ring on Mother's Day. You know, whatever the case may be.
Bought shit.
People actually honestly do that. I know people that do that.
I also think that that you still in a relationship that you're not in is fucking crazy too. Even if it is social media, that's insane.
I feel like you're overthinking your life too much, in my opinion. I don't care what people think of me that much that I'm gonna pretend that I'm with somebody that I'm not.
I agree. I definitely agree. Even if you just stop posting the bitch, just don't invent some shit. That's crazy. Okay. Anybody else said anything else?
Tria said the pink looks amazing on both of our skin.
Thank you.
Thank you. We purposely color coordinated.
And we'll be doing this every week. Y'all know we extra as fuck.
Yeah, so thank you, Tria. Y'all see how it took a minute for me to get my leg up and through there?
Bitch, why? Okay. So this is for married.
So nobody don't have nothing to chime in that they don't know people that be
y'all motherfuckers don't be dry tonight now.
Checking into restaurants when they in the bed sleep. Checking in on flights.
Posting old vacation pictures.
Checking in that they at BWI when they really at work at Starbucks. You know, the regular.
Bitch, they check into BWI.
I know
bitches do all of that.
When they at work.
Sue's young and Sue says she know. I know people that do it.
Now I know people that post like they take vacation pictures and don't post them and then post them later.
Literally, one of my friends one time posted like that they was in New York or Cali or something like that, and I called like, oh, what you doing, blah blah blah, and they like, oh, I'm in the house in the bed.
No one has time. That's y'all retarded.
I feel like that's too much.
She's slow.
I'm not lying for the gram. I ain't lying for the gram, the book, the top, and I never been on Twitter. Y'all follow my TikTok too. I be on TikTok acting like a senior citizen.
Tag it in the comments.
It's my name everywhere. Jafani Teena. Everywhere on all social media platforms.
All right. Married or formerly married people, what's one piece of advice you wish someone would have given you before you said I do?
Okay. And Dee has made a comment.
That's the next question.
We're going to try to get it to the point where we can read the comments like from a monitor, but until then,
work with us.
Yeah, work with us.
Y'all know this is a two-man show right now. We ain't got no production team.
Okay, I've been married, so a bit of advice I would give somebody.
One piece of advice you would give before you say I do. What did he say?
It's not coming up. It's not registering on yours. Cause see, I can see it.
That's weird.
I can see it, but
okay, well, she said, oh, I know folks like this. Oh, that lie about relationships and event relationships and shit.
Yeah, I don't know why.
So do you think that's crazy or?
Yours is glitching. But anyway, a piece of advice that I would give, like, don't rush into things. Mm-hmm. Don't do it because you're pregnant or you have children. I didn't do either one of those. People do that every day. Don't do it because of bills. Y'all want to split bills. And don't do it if someone's drive and passion and ambition for things in life does not match yours. Because you know how they say, like, equally yoked. And definitely see a person in all of their seasons.
But what if you already fell in love with the bitch and y'all wasn't equally yoked?
I feel like when you first fall in love, a lot of times it's not really love. It's what you perceive as love. You know, it's the neurotransmitters in your brain, the dopamine. You're in lust for real. And when people say like, oh, you met the representative, I don't really go along with that. I think you met the person that you're meeting, but you're so like enamored by the person at that point, you're overlooking their flaws or how they really are.
And I feel like it's different sides to people.
Ask Sue to get that. You need to be over here.
That might be. I can't get this to work.
Sue, get her drink.
Figure that out, please. I feel like there's definitely.
Who is that? Is that Beanie?
Hey, Beanie.
My 2020 still working out for me.
It is, girl. I say that there is a representative. There's definitely a representative for every man and every woman. When you sleeping cute, when you acting like you don't wear a bonnet to bed, bitch, when you acting like you don't fart, that's a representative. So I feel like everybody does that, but that's still a side of someone too. So you meet that person, you just haven't met the other side of him yet, and you doing all of this and rushing into things before you meet that other side.
I feel like you overlook the other side because you feel like you're so much in love
but
with
you're
him.
able to overlook it because you like, that's not him for real. The person that I've been dating for all these months is him for real. So yeah, it's easy to overlook. It's easy to be like, sweep it under the rug per se, because I've seen so much. He's so much good. This one little, nigga, that's really how he is. Just like, especially for men, like when women show you their petty side. When she busting this nigga windows out and telling you about all this shit, you think she ain't gonna do that shit to you? That's the side that you're overlooking. You're overlooking the crazy. You end up with 2 and 3 kids with this bitch, and you try to figure out why she's stalking you and why you overlook the other side. So I think it don't even matter for marriage. People do that literally all the time. Mm-hmm. But yeah, what do y'all think? What do y'all think about
anybody married currently or previously that have something that they want to say, if they want to chime in? Please feel free. Anybody engaged that has a burning desire?
You know what I think it is? I probably ain't on no Wi-Fi.
Please chime in. Okay, go to your next question, please.
Wait a minute. I think I'm not on the Wi-Fi. Okay, but I'm gonna give y'all the question. I don't like it. This is what the post says. I don't like it. I don't like how black women become successful. Cause so many
Tank has entered the chat.
I don't like it. I don't like how.
On.
Oh, I'm sorry. I missed how. I don't like how black women becoming successful cause so many black men to become insecure, depressed, and complacent. We should be building empires and winning together. I know my brothers have it in them. We have to figure this thing out.
Okay, first of all,
do y'all agree with that?
Tank has entered. Tank, have you and Tone squashed y'all beef from last week? What'd he say?
Tank got to squash the beef.
Tank said, don't say shit to me, Tone. What'd that say?
Again?
I can't read from that far, but it looked like it say, Tone, don't say shit to me.
Again? I still can't say. Tone, get on my nerves. Tank, I thought this was over last week.
I guess y'all still beefing.
I provided receipts.
Okay, but anyway, I feel like, first of all, I don't think...
It's a delay on this.
I don't think black women... Is it because of the Wi-Fi?
I think I'm about to look.
I don't think because black women becoming... I just feel like...
I think black men are becoming bitter. Not all, but a lot.
I feel like a lot of black men are becoming bitter, and it's very indicative of the comments and the posts I see on Facebook.
Which one is your...
J. Trina, that... And Dana dumbass did that.
The fuck?
It say share my password. You could have clicked it on there.
Click
that.
I did it from my phone.
Okay. Now remove that because I think Pete got on it. Pete, is that you? We already did that. Okay.
Well, I gotta still do it again to take it off. Okay.
Okay. Hey Pete, is that what? Oh no, that's William Proctor.
What's up, Will?
Hey Will.
Okay, that was a dry hey Will.
That's Go Will because he always starting shit in our comments. So
swipe to reveal the comments. There we go. All right. Okay, so I feel like a lot of black, not a lot. I'm not even gonna say a lot. It's more. It's less than 30%. Of black men are bitter. Like they may have been gone through relationships where they were walked all over. They may have been stalked. They might have what they went through for years and years and years with this bitch. They take it out on the rest of the bitches in the world. That's how I feel.
I agree with that to an extent, but I just think it's just
like since the 90s we've been dating. When did niggas start caring about whether they spent money on one meal? When have they ever cared about whether women have so many men or whether they number such and such? Yeah, when did have men start caring about that?
Not trying to buy their kids a Happy Meal.
Yeah, like I'm only going to buy now. Being used and like men never men use women use men. Everybody uses everybody.
And then the stuff that they're claiming they're being used for ain't really a use.
It don't even amount to basically $15 for real. But everybody use everybody. We've known this since the beginning of fucking time.
William Proctor said y'all need a better internet connection. I got Xfinity, Will, and then Will also said I don't love these hoes.
We'll ask Tanya. So
Dee said dudes just need to get their shit together, period. Okay, when you say that, Dee, what do you mean? Because some men think they got it together and they don't want a woman to come swoop in and, you know, use them and, you know, all of that.
But women have been using men for years and men have been using women for years. When did we start giving a fuck about that? Like literally since the beginning of time, women have been using their feminine wiles to get what the fuck they wanted. Men have been using women's bodies over and over again. Like, when did we start giving a fuck? That's the question.
I don't know, but there definitely has been a shift over the years because there's a certain group of men on Facebook that all they post is derogatory things,
negative shit about
toward women. Just that's what they do every day, and they do it under the guise of like it's comedy. But
or I'm trying to help y'all. I love the ones that say I'm trying to help y'all. I'm trying to post something positive.
When social media said it was an issue. So you think that people listening to other people on social media made them not want to spend money, or when we go on the first date, you pay and I pay to see if we like each other for real, or you know, all of that kind of stuff.
Listen, I ain't doing none of that shit. If you can't afford the date, then bitch, don't date.
We don't listen to the what band, Will. We almost 50 years old.
The what band?
We don't listen to the what, and definitely not Fast Eddies.
Never. I mean,
I go to the
no
chateau
shade to
first.
Fast Eddies, but I ain't feeling
Sue
it.
said nobody has a mind of their own. A lot of people do a lot of copycat
I agree
posts
with that.
and memes and stuff because of social media.
I definitely agree with that. But men bring it into the household, so they obviously it seems like to me men have been waiting for women to say that. I'm just saying, like they seem like they've been waiting for somebody to make this public so they can jump on this bandwagon.
Well, I feel like there's so many other men that aren't like that. You know what I'm saying?
That's why I said it's about 30%. It's not most. I can't even say most men. It's just a small percentage of men who do fuck shit like that. But I'm not splitting no date with you. I'm not. If you can't afford the date, then fuck it. Don't invite me nowhere.
Bernard Anderson.
But bitch, I'm not splitting no date.
Whoever you
And then that's the thing though. When you date somebody, you don't know whether it's gonna work out or not. Like that's what I mean by when people start giving a fuck. You can take a girl out that you meet to at a club. She bomb and shit at the club, but when you talk to her, she ain't got nothing to say the next day on the date. You gonna end the date, never call her again. Okay, that was a couple of dollars down the drain, but when did men start giving a fuck?
Yeah. And
that's crazy.
I feel like that kind of leads into the next question loosely.
Mm-hmm.
The question, you know, it always comes up on Facebook, but we're gonna flip it. The question always comes up that says, when a man, you know, I don't know if y'all saw the video or the picture where a guy went to visit his child and took his child Taco Bell. So it was 4 kids. The child had 4. It wasn't even funny. The child had 4 siblings, and the father pulled up and gave little Don Travius a bag of Taco Bell. All of Don Travius' brothers stood around and watched him eat. So we're gonna flip the question because this one has been going around this week. Women, if you have your child over your baby's daddy's house and your baby daddy got his other 4 kids over there and you bring it over little Bonquisha, are you going to just bring her Happy Meal, or are you going to get Happy Meals for her siblings? Because they wanted to see the difference in what women had to say about that.
I am interested in what the women versus the men.
And men had to say. A lot of men was like, I don't give a fuck. And a lot of women will come in too and, you know, be pick-me's and be like, well, she should have known father was.
Fuck all that.
And all
I
of
wish
that.
a nigga would show up to my house with one motherfucking Happy Meal and I got 4 kids.
Will, we not doing that kind of language from a man. Will said, I ain't paying for another B kids. Where they do that at?
They do it everywhere. And you'll pay for another nigga kid. If Tanya had the kids, you'll pay.
Sue said everybody gets food. Don Tria said everybody gets food.
Yeah.
Happy Meals are $3.99. I'm definitely
$3.99. Or pick up a pizza.
I would
for
buy
all
a
of
whole
you.
homeless family.
Yeah.
I would buy a whole homeless
bucket of
family
chicken. But you don't
something
show
to
up.
eat. So I definitely wouldn't. My child's brother and sister.
Right.
I'm gonna say, oh, I ain't their mother, so oh well.
They got that.
There's no way in hell that I could do something like
but
that.
do you think that women being natural natural nurturers, mothers, and all that. Do you think that?
I think that plays a major part in it.
Yeah, I think so too. But it is some petty bitches out here too that be like, nah. I mean,
Dee said she would definitely bring everyone something.
You know, if they don't fuck with the other baby mother, I don't fuck with her. Fuck her daughter. I don't care if she eat. It is some broads out here like that too. But there's no way I can show up at my man's place and he got 4 children over there, and I'm bringing just my child something. There's no way. Yeah, I wouldn't even want my child to sit around and eat in front of somebody that's actually they hungry too. Like, that's crazy.
And even if it comes down to like,
what does that say? That's a paragraph.
That's Sue. Sue said if I'm stopping at the store before I go out with my friends, I ask do they want something. So that's the same thing.
Yeah.
And
that's the bumping part. All the bitches that say and all the
we talking about. Will said she need to find her other baby daddies. I ain't the welfare office. What does A have to do with B?
And you ain't that's what you spending on the kids will be less than $20.
And that has nothing to do with it. If I'm bringing food for one child, why wouldn't I bring all? What is the welfare office? A doesn't have nothing to do with B.
And 2,
use common sense.
Number 2, it doesn't matter where her other baby fathers is. The kids hungry today.
And then Dontria said, no, not obligated, but the children did nothing.
Right.
They don't understand.
Dontria, what if you ain't fuck with the mother though?
Grown people beef.
If you fought the mother up Simple City one night, right? You fought that bitch, you whooped her ass and all of that. It's always a beef. Would you still bring her baby something to eat?
Yes.
I say yes too. I say yes too.
Pick my child up and feed it and drop it back off.
Yeah, or do that. But I'm not
going to do that. I'm not bringing one person.
Yeah,
I'm not picking his little ass up. He can stay with his daddy. I'm gonna just pick up a pizza.
Yeah, I just couldn't allow my son to stand around and charm his siblings. They stand around and hoping he give them a crumb or a piece of. That's just disgusting.
And that's raising a selfish ass.
Yeah.
Alpha self ass little child.
Okay, Dontria said, grab a piece and shut the fuck up. She sounded like she was talking to Will.
Exactly.
And Dee said, look, I will question a man's upbringing if he doesn't bring my child something.
Exactly,
This will be the last time he will see me.
Yes.
Dontria said, fuck the mother all day, but the children always deserve love. Will said, if you can't afford to take care of them, stop having them.
And
that don't got nothing to do with it either.
And my family was not raised like that either. Like, we all raised up together. Everybody, my mother and my aunts and all of them, whoever came to date them, they had to bring us all something. That's just how we was raised.
And stop having kids. This is you're taking it too far. A father will say stop having kids if you can't take care of them just because you don't bring
But her not being able to have McDonald's with the rest of the kids don't mean she can't take care of them. Everybody got a time in their life when they fucking broke.
And who even said that the person was broke?
And no one said that the mom was broke.
Clearly.
Or any of that. We just said if you're going to take Don Travius a Happy Meal or 4 for $4 and his other siblings are there, do you have the guts to just give him the food and let him eat in their face, or would you bring something for all of them? And we were asking from a woman's point of view because we pretty much know what the man's point of view is. Will is the man in the comments, and
okay, but is Will the only man in the comments? We need another man.
Will is the only one commenting, but to be honest, a lot of times I've seen comments like Will's, but it was on the child support. It was on the Christmas thing. Okay, you give your baby mother $1,000 for your son, and then you find out that she bought Christmas gifts for all of her children. And a lot of times the father be like, no, that was wrong, and this, that, and the third.
Okay, I have mixed feelings on that. If I give you some money, if I say here go $500 for the Christmas gifts for the kid, the way my mother rolls, so I'm gonna be expecting everybody mama to roll like that.
As a mother, I wouldn't allow you to just bring one. You could take that shit and throw it in the trash, and Travius won't even get that shit.
Yeah, I'll make a way for all 4 of them. But for the Christmas thing,
no child left behind.
For the Christmas thing, if my child like really wanted this one thing,
so where Lauren at? Where London?
If my child,
why you keep eating?
First of all, don't ask her that on camera, ho.
Go ahead.
Second of all, I feel like you're coming for her. Don't do that either. Christmas. So if my kid asks for something specific for Christmas, let's say he asked for an $800 item, and I give my child, and I give the father $400 to go get this $800 item, and that's all they want. And then Christmas Day show up, my kid ain't get the $800 item that I went the fuck half on, and you got
Takia.
You got shit sprawled out for your other kids.
Takia has entered the chat.
Hey, Takia. And the father got 4 kids, and they got presents and shit spread out with my $400. Bitch, I'm gonna be mad. I put in, me and you agreed to go half on an item for my child. I don't give a fuck about those other kids in that instance.
Okay.
Now it's something different. If we just coming up with money for Christmas, and I think you know what I'm saying, you drop fries down at the local Wawa, what the fuck ever. And
Tracy has entered the chat. Hey, Brownie.
Hey, Brownie. And me and you getting Christmas money together. No, I don't give a fuck if you use the money to get them all something with the money that we scrape up. Mm-hmm. But if it's for a specific thing, bitch, I'm going to be beefing. And I don't give a fuck about those kids.
I feel like I would personally just get my child to open their gifts at my house, and just, dead that whole situation.
So you ain't giving daddy no money?
No, I would just have the gifts for them over at my house, and do it like that. Versus, okay, because she got 5 kids, my child opening up a Sega Genesis and the other kids not opening up nothing. I could see a mother would do that. So to knock all of that out, I would just say, okay, I'm gonna get him Christmas Eve or Christmas afternoon, and I'll let him open his game, toy, whatever at my house.
I mean, that could work.
I remember when my sister went Christmas shopping with her father, and she picked up everything for her brothers and sisters. She's my oldest. Molly is the oldest, and she just felt that way. Like, if I can't get something for my brothers and sisters, I don't want to get nothing. And
oh, you here, Pim? How you doing, baby? You all right?
So her father.
Is that liquor in there?
So her father bought it because that's how she felt.
I wouldn't like if my child.
She was young. She wasn't even 12.
Or if I knew that the father of my kid had 4 kids and he was really struggling and he didn't really have nothing, he lost his job, whatever the situation is, I would buy like a games console for my child and his siblings to play with. Something for the whole family. I would do that, but I ain't obligated.
No, first of all, no one's obligated to do anything.
I'm not obligated. But what you said is actually a good idea. Like, just have the bitch come over here and open it. I still would feel bad for the other kids, though.
Okay, while Tone's looking up our next question, we're going to go into the Miss Robbie situation. I don't know if y'all know Miss Robbie from Sweetie Pies. Mm-hmm. She had a show called Welcome to Sweetie Pies on the OWN network. She used to be an Ikeette back in the day.
Period.
One of Ike Turner's and Tina's background dancers / singers. Anyway, Miss Robbie has a son, Tim. Tim had previously did 10 years in jail. Got out, helped her with the business and all of that stuff.
Actually ran it into the ground, and she had ended up firing him and ruining him.
I don't know if y'all know, they be like, Tim got childbearing hips.
He does.
Thick. He got a big old ass. He's shaped like Kelly Price. Whatever. That's her son. Anyway, her son hired a hitman, paid a hitman $5,000 to kill his nephew, which is Miss Robbie's grandson, in 2016. He paid the hitman $5,000, and then a former stripper that was talking to the nephew, she lured the nephew out. He paid her $10,000, and it was all to get a life insurance policy that he had on the nephew
that was never paid.
Was roughly about $450,000.
Oh no, that was one. The other one was like one something that they added with the other company. They had 2 insurance policies. Oh, and the insurance agent was in on it too. So they had 2 different policies.
Who was that? Abronda?
They had 2 different policies, but nobody ended up paying it because they said that this man made $400,000 a year and all. Your life insurance got to match your, how you live now. So they couldn't prove that, so they wasn't even paid. But as a parent, if Sue went on,
I think I saw Abronda. If that's Abronda, Gloria's granddaughter, hello.
Hey, Abronda. Oh, I remember Abronda. Hey.
Yeah, because her Trina's daughter. I'm sorry, I have a lot of people on my page, so I know them all kinds of ways. So I'm gonna.
Okay, so Tina, if Sue,
that's what we get into, Didi.
If Sue
Didi said, "Child," she said she's gonna be there for her baby.
If Sue killed, Tamia,
my niece,
yes, are you gonna ride for Sue even though the evidence says?
Let me first preface
she's not. She gonna be the bitch to turn you in. Exactly.
The second I said mom.
Let me preface this by saying saying you really don't know what you would do
until
in
you
certain situations.
Absolutely.
Until you're in the situation. So, you know, it's easy to judge Miss Robbie. She's a senior citizen. This is her son. And we all know that a mother's love for her son is something out of this world. When she spoke on it, she even said it's like a marriage. She said you wouldn't do that in a marriage. This is not a marriage. This is your son. And your son,
you would do it in a marriage.
Excuse me. And your son killed your grandson.
Yeah. Like, how do you... I have no judgment for Miss Robbie because I would never want to be in that position, and I couldn't say what I would do. But I could not, in good conscience, ride the fuck out.
I would hope I wouldn't take up for Nebby if he killed my nephew. If he killed my grandchild for some fucking money, I would hope that I would let him rot. But of course, like I said,
I couldn't say what I would do, but you know what I would think I would do? I would do like what you said. Yeah, I know he killed him, but I'ma still send him commissary and shit. I can't, like, at the end of the day, I still push this bitch out. So I can't.
We're gonna have to end up blocking William Proctor.
Will?
He's talking about Rare Essence and Let It Flow.
No. Bye, Will. Log off, baby.
Okay, Dee Dee said he was stealing when the show was on.
Yes, that's what I said. She sued him. He ran the place in the ground. He was opening businesses in her name without her knowledge, and he was using the Sweetie Pie names, and the shit was going.
She took him to court, right?
She sued him.
Yeah.
She sued the fuck out of him. Anyway, and he stopped speaking to her for like a long time.
Anyway, Miss Robbie do got an album dropping.
Bitch, I know
this week, so check that out. She does have a.
I'm gonna check it out.
Will say, see y'all. Bye. Deuces. We ain't gonna miss you. And Tracy said, I can't see that. Go to the questions.
Doing a lot of BS.
Oh, Tracy
she was
said
doing
yes.
a lot of bull.
Tim was doing a lot of bullshit.
Tim was doing a lot of bullshit, Tracy, and he really didn't think this shit out. Like, okay, you killed them. At least get the fuck away with it. At least get the money. You didn't. They saw right through this shit.
Then his phone was like a big part of the case and all of that.
Then he tried to say, okay, he's been wasting the court's time. Both people have already turned on him. He tried to say the police illegally obtained his phone, but then sent text messages saying the police just showed up at my house. All I had was some basketball shorts on in my phone. So, bitch, you had your phone in your hand and they confiscated it. You wasted the court's time. Keep going back and forth with that. He just trying to draw it out so that he don't have to go to jail right away, but the bitch is going to jail.
Okay, another topic that's been hot off the press this week. I don't know if you guys saw the video. It was a podcast where a lady was saying that men that are doing kind of bad in life or that are kind of down and out in life, they go to big girls because they know a big girl is going to take care of them. Okay, so the question... And she was dead ass serious.
What it says is... It says woman says when a man is not financially confident, they date big girls.
Cherie,
as a fellow big bitch, bullshit bitch, for one.
Cherie has entered.
Because I done had some niggas that had some shits, and they like big bitches. Why is it so hard for people to believe that people actually like big bitches?
Yes.
What the fuck is? Come on. And if you really think about it, the big bitches is always the ones that's married. They always got them little niggas that they running around and shit and telling them what to do.
Whenever I go to the PTA meetings, whenever I go to the grocery
big bitch
store,
got the nigga, bitch.
I always see a big woman with her man right heel toeing right with her. And I always see a brick house.
You want these chips
by herself with no man, no baby father in sight.
Period.
And
I don't know, y'all better stop sleeping on these big hoes, bitch.
And
the big bitches gets it in.
I mean, and let's be honest. A woman, a small woman, any type of woman, if she feels, there are women that do take care of men. Let's not act like it.
That's the number one stereotype.
There are women that do take care of men. There are women that are, physically fit, athletic build, brick house build, that take care of men. Some women strip while their man lay up in the house. Some women lay on their backs and fuck while their man is not doing nothing but playing a video game all day. We've seen pretty girls, nice cars. They at work all day and their boyfriend in the house laying down.
Absolutely.
So that's if a woman that's less attractive facially, if she get with a man, he must be using her. If a big woman get with a certain type of man, I'll be sure type in the 80s, he must be using her. Like you said, why can't he just like her? Why
Especially if they go on a vacation, God forbid, she took him on such and such. It's just so hard to believe that this man that's sexy, that's attractive, nice body, all of that, is interested in a big woman. I don't understand why. Why the fuck is that so hard to believe?
Tracy say we see it all day and they definitely don't be fat, etc. All sizes. Dee said every man.
I had niggas.
I don't use the N-word, Dee. Dee said every man
nigga
want to try. Don't use it.
I say nigga.
Every N-word wants to try a big girl. Tracy said society tells you to not like us. Society tells people, and that, Tracy, I'm glad you brought that up. Society tells people who to like and who not to like, and people actually are very weak-minded to do so, to follow what society says.
That's true, but honestly speaking, most of the niggas I've had didn't date big girls. They like me. You know what I'm saying? I might have been the first one. I might have been, you know, I don't do this often, but bitch, it's something about you. I think it's just people, period. If they attracted to you, they're attracted to whatever they're attracted to. But why society finds that hard to believe, I will never understand. But it's not niggas, it's everyone else, I think.
So Tracy said as soon as something is on a trend, everybody follows it. Yeah, because I noticed that BBWs, big girls, that's a trend now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Big girls are unapologetic. They wearing bathing suits, skimpy bathing suits. They shopping at Shein all goddamn day and night. Bathing suits from Shein, skirt from Shein, this from Shein.
Purse from Shein, shoes from Shein.
So I feel like, I feel like, you know, well, first of all, I feel like people,
okay, so
people used to be so-called embarrassed, or it was a certain stigma behind dating a big girl. So now I feel like people don't care. I feel like people don't care anymore.
They don't care about what, dating big girls?
Yeah. Tracy says she's had...
Tracy, okay, so you know Tracy, me and you as a fellow big bitch, do you feel that the dating pool is filled with bullshit? Do you feel like
it's seen so many men that claim they don't like big girls, but
that's why I'm asking Tracy.
They baby mother a big girl, they wife a big girl,
or those be the main bitches in the big bitches inboxes. So Trace, are you finding there's a good? Oh shit, this bitch is on cup number 2, y'all. Do you find that do you find that it's a good amount of decent dudes in the dating pool, or do you find that it's bullshit in the dating pool for the big bitches? What do you think? I think that it's going to be some decent dudes.
I'm going to fuck you up on sight, Dontria. Anyway, go to your next question. Dontria, you got anything to say about that? Where you going, Debbie? Walking Sue out?
Okay, right. Tracy said.
Back.
Okay.
Tracy said she's had that as well, Tone. First timers. So they don't typically fuck with the big bitches, but they fuck with Tracy. So that's what I'm saying. It's something about us, girl.
Let's go. We got some kids.
Tracy also said, as soon as something is on trend, everybody follows it.
We right there.
Dee said, yes indeed. Oh wait, I went too far up.
Mm-hmm.
It's a mess out here for all women. You think so, Tracy? So it's not just for the big girls, for everybody.
I think it is a mess out here for all women. I do feel, just like Tracy said, all women. I feel like women, we have a ratio.
Ask the question again.
We have a ratio where there are more women available than men. So I feel like a woman is more prone to do whatever the fuck she got to do to try to hold on to a man.
Tracy said it depends, but there's some wild motherfuckers out there, some wild joints out here.
There are some women, like we said last week, that they don't care if they ever have a man again in life. But then there's a whole group of bitches.
Do you believe when women say that?
Yeah. Then there are a whole group of bitches that would die to have a man and would do anything to hold on to a man, to keep a man. A lot of people don't like starting over. Which leads us to our other question. Do you remember that question? Why is it so hard for people to let go?
Yeah.
Because someone made a post and it said, who is that? Danny? Hey, Danny. Read that post where the guy was like,
that's what I'm looking for.
The guy was like, what's worse in a household? If you don't speak to the person at all, or if you argue all day? My whole thing is, why is it so hard?
What's worse than a failing relationship?
Failing relationship.
Constantly arguing, walking around the same house, walking around and not speaking at all, or both. Oh, you can't say both.
My whole thing is, why is it so hard for people to let it go?
The
relationship, if it's a failing relationship, you don't really mess with the man. You got 50-11 men, she got 50-11 You got men. She got y'all don't really want to be together. Why are y'all still staying together?
Or on the contrary, you ain't got nobody. You just don't want to be with him. And it's pointless.
I know a lot of people that I've heard, older people, they say they don't want to start over. Me personally, I start over 50, 11 times before I be with somebody that I don't want to be with.
Because
for whatever reason.
Realistically, you say you don't want to start over.
Okay, Danny is watching. Hi, Danny.
Hey,
and
Danny.
Terrence Williams, a.k.a. Smoke, has entered the chat. Hi, Smoke.
What's up, Smoke? You like big bitches, Smoke? What's up with you? What's your preference? But I feel like, realistically speaking, if you say that you don't want to start over, just think about it. This nigga could live for another 20 years. You want to be like this for 20 more years?
Some people will be miserable. Well, they will be miserable at home and then just do them outside. Whether they're hanging with their girls, whether they going with their sneaky link, laying up with their side piece.
But what if you really like your side piece? So you'll just let him go by the wayside?
Some people are dumb enough to just go with the flow of that.
There's no way. Especially if I find a nigga better than
Danny
you.
said she not holding on to anything that's not keeping me happy. Don't you say, yeah.
I agree.
What you look like, Smoke? Smoke,
okay.
They say,
Smoke, what's up, niggas?
Smoke.
You got some interesting parties, nigga. Shoot your shot, Smoke. Or the bitches, shoot your shot.
Tracy said she not holding on to no whack-ass motherfucker, and she not doing it. And that's the whole thing. People will hold on. Like I said, in the black community, I feel like we've always been taught, work it out, work it out.
Yes.
In the white community, them bitches are divorced and married 5 times. And we be still working it out, long suffering with the same bitch from 20 years ago that we ain't want to be with back then. But we still together.
That's absolutely true.
But now, so much is put into like bills and so on and so forth that's another reason people claim that they stay.
But again, I feel like those are excuses.
It's definitely an excuse.
Like if you,
how the fuck I will sleep in a room in a palace, whatever I got to do, live by myself just for my peace of mind.
Yes,
that's way more important than a house, or we got 7 bedrooms, or we got this pool in the backyard.
Or get you some niggas to pay half the rent that he was paying. There's ways around that shit.
Jay Hamilton has entered. Hello, Jay.
Hey,
how
Jay.
are you?
I love your name. Sounds very presidential.
Kenneth Young, aka Fudge, aka Barney Rubble,
where the fuck you
aka my big cousin / big brother, has entered the chat. Hey, Fudge.
So basically what you saying is you ain't fucking staying.
Who? I'm not at all. And let's also
wait.
Briefly, let's also get over the stigma that the only reason to leave is because you're either getting cheated on or you're getting beat up. If you're not happy, why stay? There's other reasons people leave that are not getting beat up and getting cheated on. People want to hear a sensationalized story. If you're a grown-ass woman or man and this relationship no longer serves its purpose, like Danny said, you're no longer happy, like the other person said, you're miserable, the relationship is failing, walk the fuck away. Why do it had to be a dramatic exit?
Most of my relationships ended because I was not
Fudge said
it wasn't no drama.
You Barney Rubble. That last picture, you Barney, but go ahead.
It wasn't no drama. It wasn't no shit that happened.
Now hold up. No, wait a minute, I'm sorry, Tone, but Fudge has been married 3 times. Fudge, you've been married 3 times before. Was you married to Joyce?
Listen, you got
Fudge. Remember Fudge? Was you married?
What happened to Joyce? She's still alive.
Was you married 3 or 4 times, Fudge? We're going to Fudge said if it's not working, leave it alone because it'll never work. And
so how long is
I would take Fudge's advice because he's been married several times.
Yeah, but you ain't, for married people.
He said, hell no, he was not married to Joyce.
Not even married people. People who have been in long-term relationships or married people. How long is it for the working it out period? Nobody's going to leave nothing without saying, all right, let me give it one more shot. How long?
You a damn lie.
Bitch, everybody do that.
Okay.
Everybody be like, all right, I'm gonna give this bitch one more chance, and if she fuck up one more time.
Okay.
How long is the one more chance?
Tracy said peace over penis. You could get dick anyway. Come on, you could get dick.
But you can't get good dick.
Okay, you might not be having good dick at home.
I would think that's why they stayed.
Half the people that stayed ain't even having sex.
That's true. That's very true.
Fudge said 3 and please don't because you still won't be happy. Fudge been married 3 times and he said please don't stay if the relationship is failing. Okay, Fudge, what if you're staying for the kids or because of bills? Let's be realistic.
I think those be excuses, though.
I mean, they are excuses, but they're valid. They're valid points.
I mean,
if you were raised in a household where your parents weren't together, or you've been in foster care, your child, whatever, you might want to work it out for your child.
True.
If you lived in a shelter, you can't really afford bills on your own, you might say, let's split this rent.
Okay, but if he was whooping your ass, or he moved a bitch in, or he threw you out in the street, you would make a way.
Some people still stay with that.
Okay, if he threw you out in the street, you would make a way. So that's why I be saying that's excuses. If something severe happened to you where you had to go, bitch, you would figure it out.
Okay,
or you'd live without that shit.
Dee said, your peace is everything. I wish I would have known this when I was younger, but I'm quick to get ghosts now. But when you know better, you do better. I agree with that too, Dee. I feel like, my daughter's young.
And everybody got
my daughter already has that mentality. You know what I'm saying? And I really admire her for that.
That's because she's a bitch, which I love.
I admire her for that. My daughter has that mentality already. She's not sticking around.
She never have.
Okay, Dee said never stay for the kids.
Never.
But said no, it's not an excuse
speaking
people do to the kids to be fucked up.
Speaking as a child of divorce,
the child knows what goes on in the household.
Exactly. Speaking as a child of divorce, would you be wanting your parents to break the fuck up?
Get out ASAP.
But you be wanting your parents to break the fuck up. You don't stay for us, bitch, because you making us
Tracy said her daughter don't play that shit either. And then Fudge said
what?
Don't Tria said preferred peace and penis though. Okay.
That's everybody's preference though, Dontria. But if you had to pick one, you going with peace or you going with peace?
Smoke said the kid's not going to be happy because they know it's friction going on.
Exactly. We know it's some bullshit. Don't stay for the kids. Don't ever stay for the kids.
Said loved Pam. That was my mother.
Mm-hmm.
Loved Pam, and she always about herself, but she showed us self-love. Danny said they see it all hurts the kids more. That's true. And my whole thing is, I feel like the biggest part, and this is coming from my own divorce and my own experience, I feel like, and if you ever been divorced and really been in a long-term situation and you let go, please chime in. I feel like getting to the point of it is the biggest obstacle.
I think so
getting to the point where you're actually letting it go or leaving. And then once it's done, it's like a relief off of you.
Because it's kind of like you pulling the trigger. Like,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You don't believe that it's happening, but when it does, it's like, oh my God, it's such a release.
But don't get it confused. The next couple of months is going to be the worst shit of your life. You're going to think about calling that bitch again. That bitch might be stalking you.
Tracy said kids feel everything. Matthew Dixon has entered. Hello, Matthew.
Hey, Matt, that's my father friend. Hey.
Oh, I don't even know
I gotta send you something. I'm going to inbox you something, Matt.
Danny said she agreed. Tracy said it's like a whole monkey off your back. It is.
Like
it
shit.
is. But, it's like fear of the unknown. If you've been with somebody for a long time, you're codependent.
See, that's the beauty. That's the beauty about being single for too long. I've been single for a long time in different spurts. So I know how it feels to be alone. I know how I felt when I was alone, and I don't mind it. I love being alone. I love being by myself. Not for too much longer, but for me, it's easy for me to let those relationships go because, bitch, I already know what's on the other side. Bitch,
okay, Tracy said
you gonna cry in the car for like a week, and then you fine.
Tracy said you be scared, sad, mad, and everything. Yes, it's
scared of what?
It's so many emotions that go through your head. You don't know. It's like
everybody's broken up before. Okay, what you scared of?
It's not really scared as in like, oh my God, but it's just like to me it was just like a fear of like facing it and accepting it. But once it happened, it was just like a huge relief.
Like facing what? The fact that the relationship is over with?
Yes, and it was a family, and I have a son, and all of that stuff. My son was
okay. I can see
my
that.
son was conceived after a marriage. It wasn't like, oh, he was on my hip and I was down justice of the peace.
Yeah, he don't know anything. But
so he only knew his parents and his family and togetherness.
Yeah.
So that was a big thing for me. And then the other party was very codependent and on me too. And I'm an empathetic person, so I'm gonna feel a certain level of like empathy or well, of course they blame me because I wanted to end it, so they blame me for it, and that's a big thing too.
Yeah. The blame is definitely a big thing. I'm not empathetic, and when it's over for me, it's over. Me, you could be.
Oh my God! Angie said, "Ooh, I'm glad I caught you guys tonight." Angie is down in North Carolina being bad and bougie.
Okay, Angie.
But I met her when she was living in Landover around the way.
I love bad and bougie, Angie.
She used to do all of our hair for $10, our roller sets and all of that good stuff.
Not the rods and shit, Angie, for $10.
Yes. Back in the day.
Debbie, did
So
somebody
thank you,
chase you?
Angie, for joining us. Got a pretty little
Who
girl.
was racing? You and Sue?
named
Please tell me
Lacey.
one of y'all recorded that.
Got pretty daughter
Did
named
y'all
Lacey
record the race?
and grandbaby.
I was recording, but I mean, it wasn't like a real recording. I won.
No,
Okay,
I need to see
Bud
receipts.
just saying, how did y'all handle that?
Handle what?
Okay, first and foremost, without going all super in depth, I feel like it's still not.
What are we handling? The divorce?
Yeah, I feel
Okay.
like, of course, I wanted it. So even though Dana he found out because he was mad, but I wanted it, and I feel like I did feel.
Okay, wait, no, don't breeze over that bitch. He wanted it, so he was.
He did not want it.
No, he filed. No, not wanted it. He filed, thinking he would get a reaction out of you. So when you was just like, okay, he like, wait, bitch, what you mean, okay?
I mean, okay, he filed because he went through my Facebook Messenger on my work phone.
That's always gonna be the motherfucker.
That's the whole thing.
That's the kicker, hoe.
But so he filed because he was go ahead. He filed because you know how like you're just impulsive and you're upset,
Right.
But it was already over from my point of view. So to answer your question,
So you were kind of glad he pulled the trigger.
yeah, because I was just waiting around not doing it because I didn't want to be the bad guy.
So you still, even though you wanted to be out of it, you still felt some type of
like you know, I feel sorry. I feel
like I'm
sorry.
breaking the family.
Yeah.
Did you ever feel I'm breaking the family up?
Of course, but I feel like I had to worry about my own.
So what made you say fuck the family?
I never
Bitch,
said
I gotta go.
I never said fuck the family. I still love Dana and of course my
No,
son
I'm
dearly.
just kidding. But
But-
not fuck the family, but like I gotta choose me at some point. Did you feel selfish? Like you was choosing yourself over?
Not really, because I knew that if I stayed, it would be to make them happy and not me. And I could not live my life making someone else happy while I was miserable.
Yeah, fine. So you had to like.
No,
put
I
yourself-
never got cheated on. I never got beat. None of that.
You had to
People
choose
always say,
yourself
"Oh, you
first.
don't know if somebody cheated on you." I know for a fact I never got cheated on.
So you decided to choose yourself first.
Angie said, "Don't forget the finger waves." Yes. the
Okay,
finger
why?
waves-
That's another
the
thing.
finger waves with the green rods.
Why do people give a fuck about? I mean, no. Let me rephrase.
Matthew, you trying to take a jab? What podcast? This is our thing.
Matthew, sit back and enjoy, and don't tell my father what you see here today.
Okay, Frank has entered the chat. Frank Spears.
Hey, Frank.
Frank said homewrecker. Who the fuck is a homewrecker, Frank?
Frank!
Who the fuck wrecked the home?
Franklin.
Dee said, yes, your happiness over everything.
But how do you get
Bud
to that
said,
point?
cuz I
Wait.
will call you tomorrow.
For what, Bud? Say it on the goddamn thing.
Bud said, I'm going to call you tomorrow because you about to help me out. All right, Fudge, I got your back, cousin.
Say it on the thing, Fudge.
I got your back, baby.
Okay.
I got your back, baby.
Okay, wait. So, if you felt, in essence, when you say, I gotta choose me, if everybody happy but me.
Don't say
you
that
gotta-
because that reminds me of that Cookie lines. I got to choose me.
Bitch, for what?
You
Inside.
gotta choose me first, Lucian.
It's a TikTok. It's a
Girl.
TikTok. Don't say that shit. I don't talk like that.
Okay, but
I ain't never say that dumb
Did-
shit.
but you didn't-
I ain't never say that dumb shit.
okay, but did you feel like, okay, fuck that, I gotta go for mine.
I mean, I didn't ever feel like fuck that just because of the kind of person I am. But I felt like Japani's gonna do what's ultimately best for Japani.
But you didn't for a while. So how did that get you to that point? Like he
It's just-
basically,
it's
okay,
just-
if he would have never got mad and filed and went through your phone and filed, how
Okay,
long
hold
do
up.
you think you?
Romo has entered the chat. Hey, Romo.
Hey, girl.
Dee said, your happiness over everything. Tracy said, the more you love yourself, the less bullshit you tolerate.
True.
Matthew said he is tuning in. It's interesting. Buzz said, hey, cuz I don't want to hurt my kids, but this shit been done. Buzz, get the fuck off the Yes! I'm not laughing at that. Buzz, you're great.
No, just how he said.
Buzz is a great person, a great dad.
And he's a great dad. He is.
He's an amazing dad, and this bitch been married 3 times. So Buzz, 4th time's the charm. Anyway,
Just pull the trigger, bud.
Frank, you go work that shit out with who the fuck you want to work it out with.
And then
when people tell
That's
me,
what I'm trying to get to.
when people tell me to work it out, I mean, like, you go be with the person.
But
if
that's-
you give a fuck so much, I only got one life to live, and I'm going to live it according to the way I want to live it.
That's what I'm trying to get to. When do you say, bitch, fuck the fools? Like, no. When do you get to the point where you like, okay, like, that's what I'm trying to say. If Dana never went through your phone and filed, how long do you think you could have endured
It definitely
that?
is different when kids are in the play.
How long have you do you think you would have stayed and kept going through the motions? You feel like you would have eventually did it yourself?
Okay, let me first say that I didn't live in a horrible situation
No,
or
you didn't.
anything like that. It was
You didn't.
nothing what people think or whatever. It was not a horrible situation. Dana was not a horrible person. I have nothing bad to say about him.
He really is a nice guy.
I just felt
It
like
just didn't mesh.
yeah, I just felt like we didn't mesh overall. That is the only reason. It's nothing dramatic, harsh, nothing. I love him dearly, but it was for the best that I went my own way. So I was just, staying there coexisting, but it was to make him happy and to make my son happy.
So you feel like eventually you would have been like, fuck this, fuck everybody else.
Eventually, of course.
Because can't nobody stay miserable forever. Okay, so what do you think about women? That's segueing into the next thing. For people who, men always like,
You
especially
said
somebody
switch your earring tone.
switch it?
Yeah.
Oh.
That side is in the camera.
Okay, because my husband was like, always vigilant as a great man, father, all of that. Y'all know he more of a mother to Devin than I am. You know what I'm saying? At Devin's school, at Devin's doctor's appointments, they know his father. They barely know me because his father is super active in his life. So people see that. They see like what they want to see, like a Huxtable type of character. Dana's cooking. He cooked my meals, laundry, like everything. So they think that encompasses the whole relationship.
Okay, but you're making him sound like a housewife.
So he wasn't a housewife.
Right.
He worked.
I was about to say, can you clarify that, please?
The second house we lived in was in his name and all of that. So he was not a housewife. But when people see those type of things, they just see that.
Right.
And they think that, oh, well, if he's that type of person,
why would you ever want to leave him?
push in on that and block his ass. If he called back, block him. If he called back, block him.
I'm sorry, baby, you're blocked.
Turn the,
I'm sorry,
the
baby.
camera.
I'm sorry, baby, you blocked after that.
If he called back, block him. Anyway, so people see what they want to see in a situation. Yes. And it wasn't fake or facade or anything. Our life is what our life was. So people always thought he was this great, amazing guy, and oh my God, why would you want to leave him? So yes.
Did that influence your decision to stay or leave?
No, nobody else's decision going to influence what the fuck I live. Period. If you want them,
And I
you
came
go
out
over
for
there and
that.
live with them.
The first thing I said was, why? You can't work it out. And she was like, bitch, you come stay with him. So I already
Tracy
knew at
said
that
people
point
are
her
superficial.
mind was made up.
Tracy said people are superficial. That's why everybody's miserable. Our baby
I mean,
Cena-
there's a level of
our baby Cena from Houston.
Hey, Cena! Cena be on all our lives, child.
Cena, we just talked about, I know you from St. Louis, we just talked about the Miss Robbie and her son Tim murder
That
for
whole
hire
debacle.
grandson story. If you got anything to say about
He
that,
about to be
chime in.
sick soon.
But we was just talking about
trial
staying in
started.
a marriage or staying in a relationship. I feel like black people settle or try to work it out or stay when they don't really want to be there. And I was just speaking on my personal situation. So
I
that's what
agree
we
with
was
that.
talking about. Who is that? Melanie? Who is that? I can't see him.
Oh, that's my Zumba friend. Hey, Melody.
Okay, hey Mel. I guess they call you that. If they don't. we
Okay, do y'all think it's okay to wear sandals with your toes not done?
No, absolutely
Absolutely motherfucking not.
Okay, so
No.
before, I want to say 2000, well, the 90s, when all the Vietnamese salons popped up, bitches was wearing sandals without their toes done.
No, bitches was doing their own toes.
When they was doing that burgundy,
Okay.
that burgundy
I'll
wet
take the
wild,
burgundy over nothing.
they was doing that burgundy wet and wild, fingernail polish on their nails and their toes. Why y'all so cute all of a sudden?
Times have changed.
Do your toes, bitch. Under any circumstances, do your motherfucking toes. Don't have your toes exposed without them being done.
My whole thing with that is, and this is, everybody knows this is a pet peeve of mine. I hate to see a woman in the nail salon without her hair done, but she's getting the $80 nail set.
Nails,
The
right.
bitch bill is $150, but her fucking hair is in an 8-up ponytail. I hate to see that shit. Bothers me.
She might put her wig on later.
Okay, if she do that, then kudos to her, and I take it back. But other than that, and I've seen people walk around, they ain't wearing no wig, they ain't getting their hair done, but they got nails. Ain't no way in hell I'm gonna prop my hands up in some mingly face if my hair is not suited and booted.
Okay, but you a hair person though.
Okay, I feel like your hair, I see your hair before I see your goddamn hands. If I'm a man and I'm looking at you, bitch, I don't give a fuck about your hands ultimately. But if your hair look
fellas, what y'all want? Y'all want the whole pack? You want the hair done or the hands done or the whole pack? What y'all looking for in a bitch? What y'all looking for? These niggas don't care. They gonna cut the lights off on their head and put their hands behind the motherfucking pillow. They don't give a fuck. Okay, no, read that one. The savings.
Okay, you can read it and then we'll go for it.
Y'all
but
didn't
it's
read
comments.
the comments.
Okay, read the comments, Sue.
No. You told me you know how to couldn't read the comments.
Okay, hold on. Swipe to the side.
Okay. Tracy said, okay, Melanie Montoya. Cena said, what if her hair appointment is afterwards? Now, Cena, okay, you got a point.
Exactly,
and
Cena.
kudos to her. I'm not, if her hair appointment is afterwards and I just so happen to didn't catch that vibe, I apologize. But I've seen a lot of bitches at
the
work,
club.
at work, at the club that they ain't got no hair appointment, but their nails is on 100.
Maybe they do. They have.
Tracy said these men don't care. Sue said I gotta have my nails and toes done.
I think real niggas care.
I also told you to stop sneak dissing me.
Real
Sue
niggas
said I be sneak dissing.
I feel like real niggas know what they don't know the ins and outs, but they know what a bitch supposed to look like when she pulled together.
Wait a minute.
And I think niggas care if your hair's combed.
Frank is a man, and Frank said hair has to be done, but no man cares about some nails and toes being done.
Absolutely not, Frank.
I feel like a lot of men do nowadays.
Frank, you're dealing with
they
cluckers.
look down at your feet and then they won't talk to you.
I was claiming that.
You're dealing
Boys
with
my
cluckers.
age, they be looking at people's toes.
Tracy said that then you rubbing hard ass feet.
They be in
Then
video. They be in rap.
then you
Moneybag Yo talking about toes the color of my teeth. They know what they looking for. Frank, step your pussy
mom
up,
and her
Frank.
best friend do
Hair has to be done, but no. Oh God.
So I was watching.
And then if you rubbing hard ass feet on a man, Tracy.
Who is that, go?
That was Tracy.
Okay.
And then if you rubbing hard ass feet on a man, what else to say?
Cherie laughing.
Alright.
Tracy said, and your feet are crusty.
Yes.
Tracy said, flip fetish, sucking on these toes, ow. Sahir said they can for all.
Are you a foot person?
Fingers and toes. What that mean?
Like sucking feet, does that do anything for you?
Depending on who do it. I do get my toes sucked a lot.
I have. It don't do shit. It's more for the man than for, like, I don't get it.
It depends on what's
And I've had
going on.
many do it. And I've had motherfuckers that do it that I'm an expert at it. They massage first and then I'm still like, nigga, this more for you than me.
I'll take it.
Okay, what? Never mind. I ain't gonna ask about the other thing, licking other stuff. Let's go on to the next question.
We all grown. Everybody here grown. Everybody here grown.
Okay, so like ass play.
Okay.
Does that? Are you an
like,
ass person
I feel like it's all in who's doing it and how they're doing it and if they're following your prompts and stuff like that.
I feel like you should need prompts. If you know what the fuck you're doing, okay.
I'm just a prompting person.
I'm gonna say this without going into all of it. I'm gonna say this. I've had experiences where things actually exploded in me when it happened, and I've had, but it still didn't.
Do it depend on the person?
Oh, this bitch knew what he. Stop using initials, bitch. I mean, I'm saying. I've had most of my experiences with him, and yes, that bitch did make things explode from the inside out. But even with that, it still wasn't my forte. It still wasn't like
I take it all day.
I can take it or leave it.
Bring it down.
So it just depends on who's doing it.
Yeah.
Y'all chime in on that. Does it depend on who's doing it, or does it? What? Are you an ass person, or what's the? I hope none of my aunts watching this, but if y'all,
they get their ass ate.
I hope not. They church ladies.
Church ladies get their ass ate and suck dick. We gonna talk about that another time though.
My aunts don't.
How you think they got all them churn?
They ain't got nothing.
Whatever.
Them bitches ain't got.
Oh, on the other
I
side.
said them bitches. Let me go on to the next question. Motherfuckers be going out to the club every week.
Rita has entered.
Rita?
Yes, we ain't seen Rita on
It's
there.
forever. Hey, Rita.
Rita been taking care of the babies. I know JC Food was sick
No,
and everything.
we love when Rita get in the comments because she be sharing her stories and they
Rita
wait.
keeping 1,000.
Hey, Rita, you need to start a YouTube channel with your story time. Okay, so it says
Cherie said yes they do. Church ladies suck dick and get they ass ate.
Cherie,
Yeah,
not my
Cherie.
aunts. Don't do that. Okay.
Tracy said and they what? Squirting?
Not my. Y'all, listen. Y'all are giving my aunts too much. They don't do none of that stuff. Okay. Motherfuckers be going out to the club every week and shopping fly shit with nothing in their savings. How y'all doing that? Should
You want to use that gel with my dresser?
I don't even go out of town unless all my bills are paid? Ain't no way I'm having fun if my pockets are fucked up. Okay, I'm gonna take this one.
We just get these posts, random people
This
posts.
is a random post.
And okay, you could go first.
Okay. I feel like everyone ain't savers. I feel like, cause some people, like Steve Harvey, who's a millionaire, has said, I'm gonna spend every dollar I have. When I die, I want my bank account to be at zero. Steve Harvey has said this. Now he's had things, of course he got things set up. His children are taken care of. He already told his kids, don't be looking for no large ass motherfucking money to come from me. I'm gonna leave y'all a little something. But me and Marjorie, honey, we're gonna spend all of this. All of it. So everybody ain't savers. I feel like you gonna owe somebody until the day you die. So you need to live your motherfucking life. If you're stopping vacations because you got bills at home, you gonna always have bills come every 30 motherfucking days. If this month's are paid, now I'm not gonna ever be delinquent or take my mortgage and go out of town. No irresponsible shit like that. But what I'm saying is, if you didn't pay the mortgage and your motherfucking lights and all of that shit, and your savings on zero, bitch, take that vacation. You might not come home from that vacation, but you got this money sitting in the bank for. I don't see the point. People might disagree with me, but I don't see the point. I see it as live your fucking life. If you have your priorities in order, live your life.
My whole thing with it is the guy that wrote that, bitch, if you save and you go and take your trip, that's good for you.
I'm about to leave. Y'all want me to refill those?
That's good for you. But if somebody else don't want to do that, that's their prerogative as well. Like,
I don't think it's mandatory to have a savings. Now, it's nice, but I've always said, even when I was a kid, I've always said I need to make a lot of money in life because I want to make enough money to do whatever I want and don't have to worry about ever worrying about a budget or anything like that.
exactly, Tracy. Tracy said, let people live and stop pocket watching.
So if I didn't have a savings,
Sue said she taking her vacation. She don't care.
Yeah.
We all know.
if I don't have
crime.
a
Don't think about
savings,
me. I can catch that flight.
okay? If I have a savings and if I don't have a savings and I got a trip coming up, bitch, I'm going on my trip. Thanks, babe. You can clock out now.
I am.
Where you on your way to, girl? You about to have some fun?
This boy living in this neighborhood. I'm not gonna.
Okay,
You always be
Cherie
doing shit.
said people need to mind their fucking business and let people live.
So what do y'all think?
Exactly,
What do
Cherie.
y'all think? Do y'all think if
First of all,
if you ain't got
saving,
savings,
why the fuck do you give a fuck if Jane ain't saving? What the fuck you got to do
Oh,
with
nigga.
that?
This don't got nothing to do with nobody
oh
else.
nigga, let's go together and you save for the both of us. But bitch, I'm gonna spend my coin.
Now, this was the same
I'm
guy.
going on the trip.
Mind you, this was the same guy today that wrote, it's too hot for wigs and makeup. Why the fuck, if you ain't wearing
Okay,
wigs
so
and
you're worried
makeup,
about a lot of shit that don't
why
have
do
nothing to
you
do
give a
with
fuck?
you. But I also people who say I don't understand people that take extravagant trips and got these fancy cars but live in an apartment. Do you know how many motherfuckers don't want a mortgage? They want a doorman. They want somebody. They don't want the hassle
Fanta.
of calling this person and that person to come fix
Fanta
some
from
shit.
Houston,
They want to.
aka Liberia, is in the building.
Hey Fanta. They want to be able to call maintenance and get some shit done. They want the luxury apartment. You know how many people live like that and not interested in a mortgage at all? that doesn't make them bad or good. I have a mortgage, and I prefer it the way the rent prices are these days. My shit is fixed. But everybody don't live like that.
I got my top from your spot. Sue ordered it from your spot, Fanta.
From her store?
No, not from her store, but from Shein. Because one day I said I hated Shein, and she came on there, and Kim Graves came on there and was saying they love Shein.
I hate Shein.
So this is where it came from.
I made one order from Shein, and I only kept the bathing suits. None of that other shit saw the light of day.
I'm so tired of people worried about others' Jeesh.
No, I think it was the
y'all know the only thing I worry about that somebody else do.
It was too.
I ain't even gonna lie. It's two things. Somebody. A grown man with a missing tooth. I can't. I don't like men with missing teeth. And then 27-piece wigs. I'ma always not mind my business when it comes to those two.
But what you got to say about a 27-piece wig?
I hate that shit.
Okay, but what if it's cute?
I ain't never seen a cute 27-piece. Ever.
I knew that had to be from Shein. Please send me the link. I want one.
All right, but I'm gonna send it to you tomorrow morning.
Fanta said she's ordering now.
Okay, I'm gonna send it to you.
After the live, Fanta, she's gonna hit you up.
Fanta gonna wear that, and she gonna wear some nice tight skirt with leggings with them hips back.
Come in front of the camera, Sue, on your way out. Her whole outfit from Shein.
Sue not coming in front of the camera. Have a good one.
See how she?
That's the thing.
See how she do?
Have a good one.
See how she do, my
baby?
baby? Have a good one. She always starting shit with her.
Have a good one, sweetie.
Hey T. Hey Timpia.
Okay, Timpia has entered the chat. Angie said I'm dead. Tracy said agreed, Jeff. Yeah.
I just couldn't do shit.
I don't know what you
Maybe
said.
because I know fabric, but everything was polyester. I just couldn't. But the bathing suits was cool, and I wouldn't order bathing suits from them again. But the motherfucking clothes,
Yeah.
Okay. Is this appropriate? Is this appropriate, y'all? Can y'all see Can y'all see her? She's wearing a bonnet. Her ass is out. Let me show it to YouTube. Let me back it up.
If you look closely,
her ass is out. She's wearing a bonnet, standing in line.
Okay, if you
How do
look
y'all
closely,
feel about this?
If you look closely, she has a pair of pants in her hands and she's standing in line.
Okay.
My whole thing with that is, and in one of the comments,
she has a pair of pants.
Like someone said,
"Oh, I can see the pants."
I just don't like when a person is in the store or anything like that, and someone is inconspicuously holding their camera. Like you're a grown ass man or woman, and you holding your camera, recording somebody to like put them on blast or to post it on Facebook or whatever. That's like some bitch ass shit, in my opinion. If somebody hair ate up on a bus and you record them to put it on. Stuff like that. And this girl right here, she has a pair of pants in her hands. Just me coming from my point of view, I would think that she's going through something and she came to buy pants. That's why she's dressed like that. She could be depressed. A lot of things could be going on versus you just thinking she out here trying to look trifling and you trying to post her to get comments on Facebook.
I don't feel like she's trying to look trifling. I feel like this, like she spent the night over a nigga house and that might have been the short she wore to the club or some shit.
Why is she in line with pants on?
Cause I spent the night. I need to put some fucking pants on. I can't go home with my ass out. It's the next day. You can hang your ass out at night. You can't hang your ass out at CVS in the morning.
Anything.
So she got on some pants. I would have never went to depressed or going through something. I would have went to. This bitch was in a sticky situation. I would have never thought that she was trying to show attention or like on purpose.
Don't do her boo like that.
I would never think she would be on purpose, like having her ass out. I would think it was stemming from the night before.
But every time you see someone with the bonnet on or whatever is going on, first of all, I feel like we always give a negative and quote-unquote ghetto connotation to that. You never know what's going on in somebody else's life or
there's nothing going on in somebody's life that they can't snatch a bonnet the fuck off.
Okay, they might, that bonnet might be like their security or their comfort for whatever, something else that's going on in their life that's traumatic. You just never know. You can never assume or speculate.
Bitch, take the bonnet.
Thank you, Tracy.
But
Tracy said women could be going through anything. Dontria said,
and that you would either wear a bonnet in public, Tracy.
People are too concerned about what others.
Okay, Tracy, give me an example of what you could be going through that you got to keep your bonnet on.
Then it said let him see the picture.
Now, personally,
okay, everybody doesn't view the bonnet as a bad thing.
That's what I was about to say.
Some people view
personally, I don't see a bonnet as a bad thing. Bitch, I don't give a fuck what you wear on your hair, especially like now. I I rode all the way here with my goddamn scarf on. I don't give a fuck about nobody wearing a bonnet. But what we're not gonna do is disguise it as mental illness or they're going through something. No, that bitch just got a fucking bonnet on.
Sometimes it is mental.
Okay, bitch, but I ain't going for that. Dennis, this is what she looking like. She got her bonnet on. She got her bottom. And I personally think I would have never
attributed. She got a pair of pants in her hand.
And she does have a pair of pants in her hand. But I would have never attributed it to her going through something. I just think it was a stem from the night before. You know what I'm saying? You wear your freak shit to the club or whatever. She might have spent the night over somebody's house. Needed to go get some pants because she not going straight home. That's what I would have thought. But I definitely would not have recorded her, and I definitely would not have put it online for people to clown her. That's just bullshit.
Tracy said, y'all know she bougie.
Who? Tracy?
Yeah. Okay, ask that one. This is like an age-old Facebook, and it's an age-old social media question.
What?
Posting your partner.
Oh, okay. Posting your partner has no benefit to your relationship. People just want to be in your business. It's like y'all want everyone to validate and accept your relationship, but you're just following multiple people to opinionate it. The less they know, the more they both grow. The more you both grow. The internet has convinced some people that nothing happens unless you post it for the world to see. That's true. So that people enjoy a private life is seen as hiding something rather than just simply tending to their own garden. Do y'all agree or disagree? I personally agree with that. I've always said the people who really know me know who I'm with or know who I'm not with. I don't give a fuck if a bitch from 12th grade know if I got a man or not. I don't care. So whether I'm in a relationship or not, I never post my person because for what? Like, why?
I feel like
if he wanted, like, I wouldn't hide him though. Like if we took a picture and he'd be like, oh, post that, I would post it. But I'm not going to go out my way to prove that I got a man.
I don't know if you saw that post I made yesterday where the girl soft launched her boyfriend. And then every woman came out of the woodwork saying, like, I mess with him too, kind of.
No.
So, yeah, she said 7 people came to her as a woman. So I feel like a lot of times women are more pressed to show the man. And if the man doesn't show the woman, she automatically thinks that he's doing it because he's not showing her because he's cheating on her. He messed with other women. He got a lot of bitches. Yeah. I feel a lot of times some men do care. Like, you know, I was posted by someone and I did not want to get posted by that person. I begged and pleaded with them to take my motherfucking post down. So, it's...
No, the bitch actually said, nah, he's stupid. He gonna take that down. And I said, oh no, bitch, he doubled down. He put a second one down with y'all picture on it. This bitch was hysterical. So yeah, he didn't give a fuck at all.
So it is some women that don't want to be posted. Just as, you know, there are lots of women that are pressed for their mate to post them. But then there's some women like me, you don't have to post me. First and foremost, a man gonna always embarrass the fuck out of you in 2022.
I was about to say,
you ain't gotta post me. Nobody ain't gotta know. If I know what it is, I don't give a fuck if social media know what it is.
I was about to say, if you normally embarrass me in private, bitch, don't post me in public. If you have cheated on me, like, I don't know what you do. Like, again, nobody can ever know what the fuck somebody else is doing. So if you know within your heart that you got 6 girlfriends, bitch, don't post me in the fucking publicly embarrass me. Don't do that. Don't do that. In my city girl's motherfucking voice.
Moving up, Vanta said why she didn't put the pants on there and just take the tag to the register.
She could have did that,
That's the point, Vanta. So
that's why I say they mental illness.
Her say, yeah, grow the fuck up. Sometimes folks be having a rough day or she out for some short shit.
Oh, that bitch made have had a hell of a night. She was only here for one night.
Tracy said mental illness is real.
Oh, we don't doubt that. I think everybody got a little form of mental illness. Then it said
men wear do-rags just like women wear bonnets.
I have no problem with the bonnets. But we ain't gonna blame it on her being depressed or whatever. The bitch just like to wear a bonnet.
Tracy said, yeah, but people need validation. She said, I'm not posting nobody unless he made me a millionaire. Tahir said, I agree. It's really not necessary though, but if he happens to post some of us, that's cool. Tracy said, yep, women want to show everything off. Do not post me. I'm good, Slim.
Okay, Tahir, I agree with
Dennis
that.
Dennis said we sharp tonight. We look cute tonight, Dennis. And Tahir said, right.
Tahir, I definitely agree with that. I definitely wouldn't go to him and be like, no, take me the fuck down now. I would not do that. I wouldn't care if
I did it.
Like if he was my man, I would.
What I say about take me down?
The bitch, yeah, she did go hysterical and was like, you know, take it down now. He didn't take it down. Well, he did eventually, but not.
A month or so later.
Damn, it was that long?
Yes, he kept it up for.
But
like
she
a
was
month.
convinced.
I
Oh
was
no,
disgusted.
I said what the fuck I said. He gonna take it down.
Said, yes, y'all do.
I said, bitch, no, he did. He's not. He didn't take it down, bitch. Anywho, like I said, I wouldn't give a. I wouldn't be like, no, take that shit down now or nothing like that. I personally wouldn't care. But would I go out my way to post somebody that I'm messing with? Absolutely not. Never.
And then my whole thing is you can post it and the person still do what the fuck they want. I know people that done got married on a Friday and was trying to sneaky link on a Sunday. What the fuck difference do it make at the end of the day?
Now that's a good point. So you feel like it don't matter.
It doesn't. Ultimately, it doesn't. A man or a woman going to do what the fuck they want to do, especially on these apps. You know, people think that, oh, social media just gives a way for people to cheat. People cheat because they want to cheat.
But that's what I was saying last week when I was saying it's 2022.
D Parks, Des Parks, D, whatever the fuck you calling your name.
Hey, D.
He has entered the chat. Hello.
But that's what I'm saying from last week. It's 2022. You can tell a bitch that you married to the horse next door, and that bitch ain't gonna give a fuck. She gonna fuck with you whether she want to. If she wants to, she gonna fuck with you. So why lie? You know what I'm saying? So that's the same thing. Like why post a person? Why pretend that you got this facade of a relationship when everybody doing what the fuck they want to do anyway?
Yeah.
Just do you.
But
don't
I know,
post a motherfucking soul.
Like
and do you.
Tracy said, ultimately it comes down to validation, and I feel like most.
But then who you looking for validation?
I feel like most importantly, women on social media, women want to be validated as it pertains to a relationship.
Do you feel like women want to be validated by other women?
Yeah, they want other women to see like, this my man, but the whole time your man is eating somebody's ass, so you embarrassing the fuck out of yourself, and he embarrassing you. So
that's what I say. If you know you embarrassing me in private, bitch, don't post me.
D said he agreed with you, Tone. I bet you do, D.
Don't post me, bitch. Do not embarrass the fuck out of me publicly.
Then it said he loved to post the fuck out of Phyllis.
Absolutely, Dennis. Okay, but that's because you ain't out in these streets, though.
Sue said don't post her.
I'm with you, Susan. I mean, but
that's my child.
But Dennis, that's what I'm saying. You not out in these streets, though. It's you and Phyllis. You know, y'all ride or die. So you have no problem with that. But if you knew you had two, you know you fucking with Tina, you fucking with Phyllis, you fucking with Jane. Why post Phyllis to make Jane and Tina? Keep your motherfucking mouth shut, Drew. You could have got a talk show. You could have got some shit. Be like Carisha, bitch. She date Diddy. She leave it at that. I'm dating him. That's it. I got a talk show #1 on Revolve.
Okay.
And I'm gonna get my shit.
Speaking of Carisha, wait, let me read.
I love Carisha.
Stina said, but Savannah being Savannah, she gotta know who her husband is and know she wasn't the only one trying to be the only one. So that's what comes with
bitch. Savannah smiled cheekingly in their plush home. She didn't give a fuck or didn't even respond to that shit.
Okay. Speaking of the Carisha, aka Young Miami and Diddy situation,
yeah,
a lot of people in the comments was like, ain't no way I would get on TV and embarrass myself like this.
I got to do it with somebody on that.
A lot of people had a lot of negative stuff to say about that. You know, because Diddy said he's single, but he is dating her.
I have a
like Carisha said, bitch, I'm not trying to be married, worried about y'all being single and y'all got baby fathers.
Well, not only that, I got into it with somebody about that for that very reason. Diddy has always been single, has always planned that since Kim, the death of his Kim Porter, he's always said he was single. Carisha has always said she was single. They're dating. Why the fuck should she be embarrassed that he said that he's single? She never claimed him. When the girl came out, Gina Han or Gina whoever came out talking shit, that bitch said, I'm not going to leave him alone. I'm not going to stop fucking with him. Bitch, you can do what you want. Like, she's probably went back and forth with somebody. So obviously she knows that she's not her man.
taking her foot up off Diddy's neck.
Period. Why should she be embarrassed? Why do women always got to attach themselves to someone? You can't just fucking date. You got to go together. Like, bitch.
If she's content, Carisha, 28 years old, living her life, having fun with Diddy, and bitches in the comments telling her he should claim her or she should move on.
He go to bumping part.
life.
He go to bumping part. Diddy said, she said, what we do? He said, we have fun, we laugh, we travel to exotic islands. This bitch then got a whole TV show out of this nigga on his network. Carisha's winning. Why would she trade all of that to ultimatum him to dating her or claiming her publicly, or like what would be the purpose? It seemed to me that she's getting what she want out of life.
Okay,
And dude, let's be honestly, do she want Diddy old ass shit? Come on, y'all.
Cena said a bunch of broke bitches got a lot to say about
opinion.
Got a lot to say about rich people.
Yes, they
business. They ain't never had a man give them $100K and tell them to go shopping. LOL.
Hey.
It's easy to say what I won't do when you ain't in that situation.
I agree.
Tracy said they live.
These are rich people problems. They you don't understand. I agree.
Tracy said they living in happy as fuck and everybody mad. LOL. Goofy shit.
I agree with that too, Tracy.
And Tracy said, and he spends that bag.
All the